certainly wasn't good pitching staff-wise coming into this game with what happened last night, playing 21 innings and taxing our bullpen. We needed to have a great start, and you know, we were hoping for 7, wishing for 8, and dreaming for 9, and we got it. And Ryan was just outstanding. He every time they had a little bit of momentum, he was able to make a great pitch, and our guys turned double plays. And at 2 different times, first and second, had a little momentum. The crowd started to get into it, and he made a great pitch. One time right after a pitching mound visit from Mike Burkback, and that was when you know, again, you're starting to get a little nervous. You got a little lead, something could happen, and you get a double play and get out of it. So that was, I think, the key is just stopping any momentum they had with Ryan making great pitches and getting double plays.
Hey, Coach, open it up for the student athletes, please.
Ryan, just to follow up, can you talk about getting those 2 ground ball outs in those 2 situations? You know how much they helped you, obviously.
Yeah, I was just trying to throw strikes and let guys behind me make plays. We got 2 great middle infielders, and they turned a double play for me. Really helped me a lot.
You guys talk about that second inning and 2 outs, 2 strikes, and somehow you start stringing it together.
Well, Nicholas started off. We just we always preach good 2-strike approach, don't get beat with off speed, try and hit it the other way, and that's exactly what he did, hit in the 4-hole. Then Toadvine came up, had a knock, and we just kind of started rolling, kind of built a little bit of momentum, and then just started barreling out balls, and at the end we ended up scoring 5 runs.
Kind of being outside tonight, your dugout is probably one of the louder dugouts that you might hear. I mean, where does that come from?
We're just trying to have fun, you know, trying to enjoy ourselves out there and act a little wild, you know. Hopefully it kind of gets in the other team's head a little bit and just kind of throw them off their game, but just ultimately we're trying to have fun and just enjoy ourselves.
How does it feel to be able to come out and just win those first 2 games and have the advantage coming into tomorrow?
I mean, it feels great. Obviously, we've been here before. Last year we did against Texas. The atmosphere is a little bit different in Texas last year. Everyone, I feel like with the stadium they have there, it felt like everyone was on top of us and everyone was kind of rooting against us. And this year, it felt like we had a lot more people here rooting for us, so it kind of made it a little bit easier. But it's huge. I mean, technically we've kind of played 3 games already with playing the 21 innings last night, and it's just great that we're in the position that we are, because if we lose this game, then we have to win 2 more, or actually 3 more games if we want to win the regional, and that just is a lot of pitching to use, so it's just great just to go out there and get a good win tonight.
Ryan, I mean, obviously the staff was really extended yesterday because of the long game. Are you conscious of that? I mean, needing to get deep in this game, potentially just to give them some relief?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, after our 21-inning game yesterday, we used a lot of arms, a lot of our good guys too, so extra day they can get off, I'm sure it's going to help them a lot.
Is there a specific approach you're trying to take against Purdue? It looked like it was kind of the same thing, just based on your stats, that you probably don't want your pitching to contact and not walking guys. And
yeah, I know a lot of walks this year. I just try to throw strikes and let guys behind me make the plays and keep less runs on the board for us.
Yesterday, you guys obviously had 21 innings, and it took a while to be productive offensively. 13 hits today. How did you guys approach this game after having the difficulties last night?
Just almost as any other game. You know, we just tried to go out there and get good pitches to hit and put good swings on them, and just tried not to think about if our bodies are tired at all, and just trying to overcome it.
David, in this 19-game winning streak now, one of the big storylines, to me at least, it seems like every time the opposition, whether we're at home or away, scores, we're right there with a counterpunch. You did that twice tonight. How big is something like that when you're in a ball game like this?
That's huge. I mean, that's one of the kind of cardinal rules of baseball. If you score, you've got to try and throw up a 0 to kind of solidify that you scored. And we've kind of done a good job during this whole winning streak, like you said, of as soon as we kind of put it as when we get punched, we like to punch back. That's exactly what we've done. Like, they scored, and then we scored again, and they scored, and we scored again, and then we put up the 5 spot. And we're just trying to not give up, not get down on ourselves. Like, if we get behind, we know that we can still come back. It happened the whole time in the MAC tournament. We were down in almost every game. We just stuck with it and played tough the whole game and ended up winning at the end.
Coach, I'll just Same thing I asked David about the counter punch, and the streak that's been big for you.
Yeah, I mean, they scored a run right there in the top of the first and kind of got the crowd into it. And you know, the most important thing when you're playing on someone else's home field in front of their fans is you've got to be able to take their fans out of the game. And being able to score a run right away and evening that up. And again, they got some momentum back, and they manufactured another run in the second inning. And when we took the lead, when we got the 5 runs, and we did it all with 2 outs, it obviously took a lot out of them. But it also takes them out of their game a little bit. You know, Purdue is so good at running and bunting and putting pressure on teams, and when you're behind, it's hard to do that because you can't make outs on the bases when you're losing. So we kind of got, when we got that lead, we took them out of their game a little bit, and obviously Ryan kept them off the base pass. He did a great job of not walking anybody. He hit 2 guys and walked 1, so gave a couple free bases, and they scattered some hits. But Ryan Boers was outstanding and gave us exactly what we dreamed that he would give us.
Last night, you know, you talked a little bit about this your 3rd straight regional. 4th, I'm sorry.
Who's counting?
Yeah, exactly, right. But, you know, you look at you guys, the guys in your uniforms, they don't fill them out the way the guys do in these 2 teams that you've played so far. What is it about what you guys are doing on a daily basis to get to where you are right now?
We've got good baseball players. We've got a roster full of 34 baseball players and guys that play hard and believe in what we're doing, and they're experienced. I mean, you saw our guy. I mean, Jimmy Ryder looks like Obie Taylor. I mean, he does. He's 5'9", 165 pounds, and he's the all-time hit leader in our conference. He's the best shortstop I've seen all year, and I know there's good shortstops here, but I wouldn't trade him for anybody in the country. He's that good. He'll be a Gold Glove winner in college baseball this year with the Rollins Gold Glove. He's that good. But when you look at him, he looks like the bat boy. And it's just the way it is. He's just a great player. And all of our guys, they're great kids. They do well in the classroom. They work hard, and they've got experience too. And I think that's a dangerous thing right now. Our guys are confident with experience, and they're good baseball players.
How does it feel heading into tomorrow, knowing that whoever you played, you've already beaten?
It feels good. Certainly, this is the most important game of the regional, the game that we just won, just because now you can sit back and now we're hoping for a 21-inning game tomorrow out of Purdue and Kentucky. But like David said, we're even with Purdue as far as after Purdue plays tomorrow. Actually, we'll still play more innings than Purdue. So that is a key. It's going to be interesting to watch that game tomorrow. It's going to be a great matchup. Purdue's going to be ready to play. And Kentucky certainly, I think Kentucky showed a lot of what they're made out of today by playing so well after that heartbreaker last night. I know that had to be hard to lose. Certainly it was great to win, but it had to be hard to lose. So them coming back and playing so well today, we're going to play a good opponent tomorrow night, no matter who that is. And the pitching's, we're in better shape pitching-wise. We've got Tyler Scalina waiting there. He's got 10 wins for us. He was an all-conference pitcher. So we are sitting pretty good with pitching, and we feel like the guys that threw last night can give us a little bit more. They were off the shelf today, but we're going to put them back up on the card tomorrow and hopefully get a little bit out of them if we need it.
A lot has been made of your experience, Coach, with these guys, but maybe that hasn't been talked yet is this is the exact same scenario they were in last year. Unfinished business, lessons learned from what you went through last year?
Yeah, that's what we talked about in the team huddle out in left field is, be happy with the win, but we're not done yet. And, we were in this spot last year, and we won in dramatic fashion at Texas in front of 12,000 people. And we were giddy last year, to be honest with you. Our kids didn't know what to do with ourselves. So this year it's a little bit more professional approach. We're happy with the win. We're satisfied with the way that we played, but we're not satisfied because we're not done with what our job is, and that's to come in and win this regional. Just to be happy to be here, we're past that point. We've won 4. We've been here 4 in a row, and 5 out of the last 6. Being happy to be here is past. So we're trying to get to the Super Regional. That's our goal. When it started the season, we talk about Omaha, but you got to get to the Super Regional first. You get to Super Regional, you got to win 2 out of 3. Anything can happen, and that's been our goal. Get there and let's see what happens. So we've got to win one more game, and our kids, I think, are pretty focused on doing that.